one of the premier poets in Houston, Texas. He is author of the book Behind the Smile. So we got an author and a poet coming to you. So you know the words are going to flow. So I'm going to need you to start clapping. I'm going to need you to start clapping over here. I'm going to need you to start clapping to the left. Start clapping, baby girl. Jiggle-a-boo. You got them out. Start clapping for our soul poet, Sleight, the poet.
In Mississippi from the south, Atlanta. That's why we do the south side, yeah. The south side. Everybody do the south side, yeah. The south side. Raise your hand to do the south side.
I wonder if you think of me as much as I think about you. See, you are the first thing on my mind, like a radiant sun in the sky. Nothing else really matters until you rise, shining your light on these imaginary lands created within my mind where I can sit and gaze upon your magnificent beauty, time after time. So I wonder if you think of me as much as I think about you. I think about you each time that I get a new notification on my phone, call, text, like, DM, or mention, girl, whatever the case may be, the thought of you notifying me, it gets my full and my undivided attention. I think about the words that we could exchange and the acronyms that we could create to adequately show the meaning behind our love. The words that we can't say, things like acronyms like OLILAM. Our love is like a movie and I only want you to direct our heart. Yelling action cut until we get it right, because although we are meant to be together, we are just humans, so we make mistakes daily. So it's fine if we have to role play like our favorite couples on the screen, as long as at the end of the day, it's just you and me in the scene. So I'll be Dwayne, and you can be Whitley. And I promise to be your Pookie as long as you're my love muffin. Oh, you know what's up? What's up? I can be Martin and you can be Gina. Minus all the extra drama from our friends, of course. Or you can be like Aunt Viv and I'll be like Uncle Phil, and we will have a love for family that will be willing to raise a child that is not our kid, but our success, and our love, and our loyalty, and our passions will make us like the Huxtables, and I will be your daring doctor, and you could be my lawfully loving lawyer, and we will protect each other from the craziness of this world, and you won't ever have to worry, because you will always be my girl. I think about you when I eat, and I wonder if you would enjoy this meal that I've so delicately prepared, and then my mind fast forwards to a day when we are finally together. And I become your personal chef, imbuing your foods with the flavors of my personality, appealing to each and every one of your taste buds, so that you are able to taste my desire to be with you, and you can digest my passions to comfort you, and you can become full on my unconditional love for you. I think about you when I hear love songs. Sweet melodies vibrating through the air, jump-starting my heart, creating beats for love to flow over, because no one can make you feel my love like I can. I think about you when I look in the mirror, and I wonder if I can be the man that you need me to be, if my reflection reflects our Creator, and if His hand is in the situation to help us through whatever the storm may weather. I wonder if I can pray long enough for you, if I can love hard enough for you. I wonder if I can stand tall enough for you, if I can provide enough for you, if I could be man enough for you. And I think about you every time that I close my eyes. And I become Picasso, painting pictures of you with my thoughts, creating images so vivid that I could taste the sweet melanin in your skin. Girl, you are the perfect shade of coffee, by far the best blend, with just the right amount of sugar and the perfect amount of cream. Girl, your mere existence is my caffeine, so I wonder if you think of me as much as I think about you. You see, my heart becomes full on words that erupt from my mouth in the form of this poem, embracing my love for you, but how many different ways can I say I love you other than I love you? I love you. And so I wonder if you think of me as much as I think about you, but I doubt it. Because if you did, then you will be writing poems about me too. How y'all feeling? You good? Y'all good? All right, so for those that don't know, again, I am Sleight the poet. So happy to be with you all today and share some poetry. Who's first time at a poetry show? Anybody? Okay, all right. I see y'all. Well, I hope this is a nice introduction for you. So that was my poem, Do You Think of Me, right? And I hope people can relate, being in love and having that person that makes you feel special, right? But how many people know that love can also look not so beautiful, right? Sometimes people come into your life and they start mistreating you, right? And you're like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but, well, so I've experienced that too, but this is what happens. Whenever somebody mistreats a poet, it gets turned into a poem, all right? Right. And so this is a poem I wrote, after a messy relationship that I was in, and it's called Eclipsed. So I hope you enjoy it. My frustration is a blazing sun beaming down on my spirit, burning straight through to my soul. This heat wave evaporates my uncried tears, and their tracks leave canyons under my eyes. Tourists, they gather around for the view, not to aid in my pain because they're only looking to be entertained. My frustration is a blazing sun beaming down on my spirit, burning straight through to my soul, and I can feel it. I'm about to lose verbal control. How dare you? How dare you creep your way into my life like the insignificant insect that you are? See, you are a cockroach pretending to be a butterfly. You fed me your lies so that you can wrap me in your cocoon and feed off of my potential, and I listened to you like a fool as you whispered sweet nothings in my ear about how special I was to you and how much you needed me. See, it felt so good to hear you say those words because she just left me. She rejected me, so I thought that I needed somebody to need me. But after all this time, it still makes no sense because I am unable to correctly calculate the equation of this relationship. I can't integrate your heart, from the area that your love covers. I can't find the derivative of your love, the rate at which you care for me. And I can't calculate the magnitude of my trust in you because I am sick and tired of your bullshit. But the limit of your love, the limit of your love, that exists. It's just at a value that is less than my self-worth, so it's time for me to subtract you from this. I should have known that someone like you would have crawled into my life after my past nuclear love explosion because roaches survive through anything, right? Right? But who knew? Who knew that my heart would be eclipsed after being listened to by so many of your empty lies? So now my sorrow is the moon, a mere reflection of my frustration, creating tidal waves that flood my heart, washing away any potential to love. Again, to trust. Again, to try. Again. Instead of footprints in the sand, you leave imprints on my skin and scars on my heart, roadmaps to my pain. So tourists, gather around. Follow these words of my poem, and hopefully you'll be thoroughly entertained. Thank you. Yeah, so, love can be beautiful and it also could be a little ugly. But, in all seriousness, if you're ever in a relationship, romantically, platonically, professionally, and if they are not treating you right, if they are not valuing you as a person, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. Anyone relate to that? Yeah? Cool. So like Liz said, I do have a book available. It's called Behind the Smile. It's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Also have some on me available tonight if you want to get any. So if you like my poetry, definitely support. And also some exciting news. With my book, this is actually the 5-year anniversary this July. So it's so exciting that I have that to kind of express my emotions and to go back to why I do poetry. But this year in May, I'll be releasing my debut poetry album. And so I'm excited for that. I'm going to have, release party, all that kind of stuff. And so you'll be able to listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, all those kind of things. So just stay in touch. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Slightly Poetic, and you can get all the information on, how to stay in touch with me. Cool? Cool. All right, well, I got one last poem to share with you all. And this poem, it means a lot to me. It's called In Reality. It's actually the very first poem that I ever wrote. And it's just kind of sharing a little piece of my testimony of how I kind of got here and the revelation I had about how I can keep going forward. Is that cool with y'all? All right. In reality, I was going through misery. I'm letting it all out so that you can feel me every day aiming for perfection, but getting knocked down by rejection. I wanted to get smarter, stronger, faster, better, but instead I'm up here reciting this letter. This letter I wrote to God, praying for his protection to reign over me, but I was lost with no direction. I allowed doubts to fill my mind, leaving my faith far behind. I was filled with hesitations, and I felt trapped by my tears of desperation. I longed to feel the Lord's love and his marvelous sensation so that I can find my destination and touch people all across this nation. But I was caught in mid-rotation. I turned my back on the Lord so my life was no longer on one accord. I allowed the enemy to come within me and fill my life with pain. Now are you feeling me? He came into my life to steal, kill, and destroy, leaving my love for the Lord virtually null and void. He tried stealing my faith to separate me from my Father so I would no longer try or even bother. He tried killing my faith so when temptation came I couldn't cope, and he tried destroying my desire to go around telling people that one day me and the Lord would be reunited in heaven. I became confused and weak. I looked all around but didn't know what to seek. I felt the corruption in my heart and I saw my life falling apart. I no longer felt comfortable around my friends, so I had to pretend to fit in with people whose lives were filled with sin, and I felt like a failure again and again, and I asked the Lord, when? When will I win? I started listening to negative voices, so in return, I made some horrible choices. I knew what was right, but I blinded my sight by lowering my defenses and almost losing the fight. But just as I felt that I could go no more, a power came over me like never before. It was the Lord showing me his love and grace, which took me out of that dark, cruel place, allowing me to finish my race. I always thought I was running alone, but the Lord was always beside me, so I was never on my own. He put me through all those trials and tribulations because that's how he helps his creations to overcome temptation. Nothing was ever too hard for me to handle, not even the enemy trying to vandal. Eyes on my tries as he passes lies, but opening my eyes to the prize of the Lord's glory and to realize that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I just have to see myself reaching victory and believe that I can achieve all things I set my mind to, so now I guarantee that it won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. So I'm embracing the God in me because I choose to worship. Thank you.
Girl, you know I love you.